Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Elden Ring video on the channel. Today we're going to be going over the Morne caves. These caves can be located within the Weeping Peninsula area. Again, this is going to be the southernmost area on the map, which is going to be located right here. With all the caves, this is going to be pretty rich in smithing stones, and I recommend having either a blunt weapon or what we're going to be using today, the Misery Cord plus 9, which is going to be able to do enough damage to one-shot the pretty resistant enemies in the back. As always, we're going to go ahead and stick to the left-hand side, drop down. And, oh, I should probably turn on the lantern for you guys. Once you jump down the second drop, you're going to go ahead and go to the end. You will find a smithing stone level 1. And then go ahead and continue your rotation all the way around. At the bottom, you will be able to find your Site of Grace as well as your summoning pool. We're going to go ahead and skip past those because we're not really going to see a reason to come back here later. This area is going to be mostly filled with just the misbegotten, which are these enemies right here, as well as the miners. I don't know the actual name of like the pickaxe miners, but this enemy that's at the top of this ladder right here. Like I said, for these enemies, they're pretty docile, so come up behind them, hit them with the Misery Cord plus 9, and it should be able to do enough damage to go ahead and finish them off. Well, I should go over the stats that I have real fast. I have 41 dexterity and 12 strength. So if you have less than that or a less upgraded weapon, it probably won't do the same. Go ahead and pick up the smithing stone level 1 there. Hop back over here, and you will probably get ambushed. Maybe not. Sometimes there's an enemy in here. There he is. That will ambush you whenever you attack that one out front. Moving further into the cave, you will come across some more. This is an area that's pretty rich in the Scaling Misbegottens. I can call him... No, that was the first one. Scaling Misbegotten. Scaling Misbegotten is going to be the boss of this area. These are just the, I guess, standard Misbegotten. Go ahead and loot the Golden Rune level 2 off of that corpse right there. Backstab the enemy right here. Again, using the enhanced critical weapon. And if you are using the Assassin's Crimson Dagger, obviously, backstabs are going to be a way of replenishing your health. Go ahead and pick up the Smithing Stone level 1 right there in the corner. And then if you head down the stairs from the way that you came in, you're actually going to go to an area that's not necessarily like the way that the cave goes. It's not towards the boss, I guess I should say. Grab that smithing stone level 1, and then head back into, this is the area that I was talking about. Once you head up into the shack, there's going to be one enemy. Go ahead and sneak up behind him as best as you can. Get that backstab, and by then, you'll have noticed that you've alerted some other enemies. We will try to get around them again. And this guy is kind of the hard one to get around behind because he tries to hug the wall pretty consistently. So if you have a blunt weapon, then you can dispatch him pretty easily. Otherwise, he will eventually mess up. From there, head back inside, open up the chest, loot the Exalted Flesh, and loot the corpse for the Golden Rune level 4. We're going to go ahead and swing back down. Let's let this lag. There we go. Alright, I think the lag settled out. Pick up the somber smithing stone level 1, which is going to be located behind the shack itself. And then coming in here where the last enemy of this section is, you're going to go ahead and loot the corpse right here. I believe this is for large glintstone scrap times 2. I'm way too easily distracted. I knew there wasn't something there and I still went for it. Heading back out to the main area where all the stairs were, you're going to go ahead and head back down towards the main atrium itself. Try your best to get behind this character. He's a bit difficult just due to the fact that he's like resting with his back up against the wall. And killing him or attacking him does aggro his friend. He's going to be located just pretty close to him. With both of them on, you can go ahead and pick up the smithing stone level 1 on the side. Loot the corpse for these I'm going to pronounce this wrong. I want to say stanching boluses. These are going to reduce your bleed. They're going to cure bleed or like reduce your blood loss buildup itself. In the main area, you will come across a lot more of these miners as well as a lot more of the misbegotten. The group of them on the left-hand side there, you can actually avoid for now. You're not going to aggro them, but you will aggro just this one as well as the one up in the air. He's a little bit difficult, but if he is in this area of the cave, then you can kind of get super lucky and hit him off the eventually. The other thing is if you're a sorcerer or if you have a bow, Head back down into the area that he was guarding, loot the corpse, and you will find one thing of soft cotton. This is going to help reduce fall damage if you need it. Loot the smithing stone, both of those are going to be level 1s. That last smithing stone right there was actually a corpse, so I'm not going to try and mention it too much. And the somber smithing stone level 1. This enemy right here is going to be the one that you want to target whenever you come to this one of the enemies, because he is going to be the one that flies, so knocking him down before he actually has the opportunity to get into the air is, in my opinion, pretty good. Once they're dead, go ahead and pick up the smithing stone level 1 there. This is a corpse item. And then on the body, you will find 2 arteria leaves. Come up behind this guy, critical weapon, get the backstab, and then loot the smithing stone level 1 again. Like I said, this cave and most of the cave systems in the game are going to be pretty high in smithing stones. Before you go into the boss fight itself, you will want to stick over to the right-hand side, and you will pick up your last somber smithing stone level 1. From here, I recommend switching over to I would go with the spirit jellyfish ashes just for distance. This boss is really easy. They are susceptible to bleed. I want to say they're susceptible to poison, but they should be dead by the time we actually get to that point. And he does drop, in my opinion, one of the better weapons. If you're a strength build, it's at least one of the funnier looking weapons in my opinion. He is susceptible to backstab, so if you do want to use your misery cord, that's a pretty good idea. Aside from that, you can see how much damage we did just off of the blood ooze on his special attack. And just like that, the scaling misbegotten falls. We are victorious, and we get ourselves the rusted anchor. Now, I do want to go ahead and go over this weapon real quick, even though I don't have the stats for it. It does have a C scaling strength as well as an E scaling in dexterity, requiring 26 strength and 9 dexterity to effectively utilize. Now, granted, you can do it with 13 strength as long as you're two-handing it. We don't even have the 13 strength, so we can't do it. But it's just a funny weapon, you know? Going ahead and looking at the basic attack strings like this. Big attack string, or heavy attack is like that. And then reading the description on it real fast and then going over the special attack itself. It reads as a rusty anchor wielded as a weapon. Each of its 4 flukes is thick and sharp, enabling piercing attacks. When the Tarnished left the lands between with their lord, one boat alone was said to have been left behind. The skill is the Barbaric Roar, which says, let loose a bestial roar to rally the spirit and increase attack power. While active, strong attacks chain to savage combo attacks. And unfortunately, because we don't have the strength requirement to use it, we don't really get to see the enhanced effects of... No, I guess we do, actually. So that right there is going to be the enhanced attack string. Like I said, the Rusted Anchor is definitely one of the best weapons for strength builds in the game. If not for, like, ease of use, definitely for hilarity. And that's going to be it. If you guys did enjoy, please go ahead and leave a like and consider subscribing. If you guys want to see more content, definitely subscribe to the channel. We will have more Elden Ring content coming your way shortly.